folks, Michael McGee here. If you're familiar with the channel, you probably know where I'm at. This is the hillside that I started out years ago. The first time was potatoes, and then immediately following the potatoes, I put in soybeans. And then after that, we did corn with soybeans in between. So now I'm at a position where I'm going to have to plant potatoes somewhere. I was wanting to take the time and clear new ground and have a potato spot in the new ground. I may have to do that next year. I don't know. But I'm running out of time, so I'm going to come back here. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I had potatoes here. I recently planted my clover and my wheat right here in the clear spots where you see these clearings. That's where I had soybeans last fall. You can clearly see where the corn was last summer. So that's designated for corn this year because we had corn there last year. So where the corn was last year, I'm going to put potatoes this year, and it's high time to get it done. I'm wearing long sleeves. It's a little bit cool. It's supposed to be really cold, in my opinion, here in the next couple of days. We're supposed to hit 20 degrees, but potatoes need to go in the ground. So I got to get out here and mow these corn stalks off, and then I got to plow them under. I'm very tickled with how my new clover's coming up. The wheat's coming up in between. Everything's going good. There where the corn is standing now is clover growing like crazy from last year. I think it's growing from seeds that came up from the older crop, I believe. There's going to be nitrogen going in there. The potatoes don't need a whole lot of nitrogen because you'll just get a lot of tops and not a lot down in. So I'm not worried about nitrogen. Those corn stalks have a lot of carbon. That's going to help hold some of that nitrogen. It's going to bind it to where you can't get it. You wouldn't want to plant corn there because it needs the nitrogen. But the potatoes will be great right there. I'm going to get in there and mow it down. We'll get this show on the road. Over here with the plow, and I'm going to turn these beds where I had the corn last year, and I'm going to leave the section in the middle where I planted the clover and the wheat. I have learned since I started farming this hillside that I plow down. Now there's going to be a time, probably the next time I plow, I'll have to plow up, maybe. But if I plow down, I discovered that I level out the bed. That's important because when I get on there with my corn planter and it's sitting crooked, it don't want to plant real good. So it also helps slow down water runoff because it hits a level area instead of hitting a slant. Back at the first, I was thinking I need to plow uphill to try to keep it from washing down. Absolutely the opposite. When you plow uphill, you make the hill steeper even yet. So I had to learn. They don't teach these things. If they do, I don't know where. So is McGee the first one teaching this? I doubt it, but I had to learn it myself. So anyway, I've basically got stair steps all the way down this hillside. I like that. Anyway, it's going to make it easy to plow because I've already got a furrow started. And basically all of this is going to move about 2 feet downhill. The whole field is going to move 2 feet downhill. And so that's going to be interesting. It's no problem if it moves downhill. I can move it back uphill next year maybe. We'll see. That's all I can say. I'm still in the learning process. That's what it's time to do right now. I'm going to plow under all these corn stalks and get every one of these terraces plowed all the way down the hill. And then it'll be time to plant potatoes, but not actually. We have to till it first. Let's get in here and plow. This will be my first plowing of the year. I really enjoy turning ground. I enjoy it. Even though people say you're ruining your ground, you're ruining your soil, it's not. Forget that. It's not true. There are ways to plow that can ruin it, perhaps. I don't know. But to do it in an intensive way like we do it, it's just going to work. We always put more in than we take out. That's the number one key. And on a hillside, it's even more important because you got to do it right or you're going to end up with a big old gully washed right down the middle. We don't want that. And we've had some tremendous storms and not a drop of dirt has washed away. Let's do this. All right, we've made one pass up through here. Let's take a look at this ground and dig in here and see what we got. First of all, I see a grub. I don't necessarily like that, but that's what we've got armadillos here for, I guess. Anyway, look at these roots. That's a long root growing in there. Look at all these little white roots. Let's see what that is. It appears to be clover is what it appears to be. Clover, grasses, wheat. But when you look at dirt that's that full of roots, that's going to break up so nicely. It's going to have incredible amount of humus. This here is going to break down in there. There's a worm right there. Nice little worm. I just really feel like that I have not ruined my soil by plowing. Look at that. This ground is not ruined. Look how dark and beautiful that ground is. Absolutely gonna grow the taters. That I'm confident of. So I'm gonna probably make about 3 passes on each row and bounce down through there like a bowling ball. That's 3 passes right there. That's plenty wide enough for a row of potatoes right down the middle. We can still cultivate and take care of it. Absolutely perfect. I want to show you what I'm talking about here. Look at the contrast in height. With the sun fairly low on the horizon, it's clearly casting a shadow here. This right here, look, that's quite a bit. So it makes it easy to flip it over, and it also is showing you how much dropped there, because that's level, and all of a sudden it's down a foot or more. It's not the same on every one of these plateaus, but it just goes to show you we have really fixed beds on this hillside that are really working. I mean, working. This clover, I mowed most of it down, but just absolutely wonderful. Here is a corn stalk. I mean, that root system right there, that's gonna break down in here. It's all gonna work out to make this one of the best potato plots that I think we've ever had. I hope. All right, that got it. Got them all the way down the hill. Stair steps, boom, 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 boom. Tickled, absolutely pink. It turned good. It's a little bit on the wet side, as you can tell right here. I'm gonna wait 24 hours before I get in there with my tiller. And hopefully at that time, it'll be dry enough. Flipping it up like this is gonna allow air to dry it. The wind's blowing. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be steadily getting colder all day long, with a low of 20 tomorrow night. So, that means that 24 hours from now, we're gonna have to knock it out in a hurry, or we're gonna get a little chilly, maybe? I don't know. Who knows what the weather's gonna do? I just know I've got this in great shape for tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get this in before the next rain. The next rain comes in about 2 days. I think we can get it planted 24 hours from now. All right, it is the next day, and we're not planting potatoes today. The weather forecast was wrong. They changed it, just before nightfall, so they were actually right, but they were actually quite wrong the day before, and it rained almost all night long with heavy winds. We had stuff blowing around all over the place, and a lot of thunder, lightning, and rain. And this morning, I saw snow for about 5-10 seconds. I grabbed my phone, tried to get a little shot of it, but it quit before then. But it's getting colder by the minute. It's supposed to drop all day today. I already knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to be soaking wet. So if there's anything that will slow you down when it comes to tilling dirt, it's an inch of rain. So we're going to do this another day. But in all actuality, this is the best thing that could have happened. No, we can't get the potatoes in today, but that rain coming down, pelting down, helped break that up, and it's going to till so much nicer now once it dries up. So let's see how long it takes. This is the next day. I'm wearing a parka. It's cold. They called for 20. I think our low was 23. Right now it's 25. Look at the snow all around. It was a lot deeper than this yesterday. A little melted off, but look at my dirt. It's frozen. It's hard as a rock. Would the tiller do it today? Maybe. Is the tiller going to do it today? Not a chance. I think we'll come back maybe tomorrow and look at it. All right, it is about a week later since it's frozen. Since that time it thawed out, got slimy, slowly dried up. We had very warm, good weather. Does this look like good weather to you? It might on camera. Do you hear wind blowing? It's hairy, but it's dry. That's the crazy thing. It dried back out, perfect for tilling. It don't matter if it's supposed to be dropping in temperature all day today. It don't matter. What matters is it's dry enough to till. I'm gonna get in here and till it. My boys took over my construction business basically, so they're going to work today. I've got Caleb, he's my youngest. He's gonna help me after I get it tilled to cut up the potatoes first, seed potatoes, and then we got to plow a ditch, put them in it, and cover them up. It's not that big a deal, but it is a job. We've just got to get done. So I say, let's do it. All right, we got the tilling done. I gotta go get 2 big sacks of taters and a boy and get to cutting. Hello, Chili. Luca, Luca. All right, I've got Caleb the man. Give me that one. It'll reach all the way across. It ain't heavy. We got us a piece of wood to cut seed taters on. We're going to get to work cutting seed taters. Get them buckets all laid out. We'll get started here. These are the red Pontiac. These are the white Kennebec. I think we'll do the red Pontiac first. Do them up top here. There we go. All right. Nice looking seed taters here. Really nice looking seed taters. So we take these things and we cut them up in about, we ain't real particular, to be honest with you. Some people just throw the whole thing in the ground just like this. We'll probably cut this up in like 4 or 5 pieces. It all depends on the size and how many eyes it has, but it's just absolutely not critical. The only thing I want to do is work fast and not cut myself. That's it. Same for you, Caleb. Work fast, not cut thyself. We got plenty of ground out here to hold it all, so make them as small or however you want. Not going to be a problem having enough ground. Plenty of dirt. right, we're done plowing, got the whole thing done. Now we're gonna throw these taters in. Look who showed up. Felt sorry for us out here having to work by ourselves without the big boys. Oh, why don't we put some of these in another bucket so they ain't so heavy. I'll just pour some of these right in there. All right, we're gonna do the red ones first. All right, we're gonna throw these in. We learned last year, we did a test last year, and we have always planted with the eye to the sky. Last year we planted a whole row eye to the bottom. They come up just as fast. They produce just as well. There was no difference whatsoever. So we're not gonna worry about turning them up. We're just gonna throw them in the ditch and cover them up. Let's do it. Yep, that's a little less than 2 feet. That's more like 2 feet. Right there, that's a little more than 2 feet, but we have got plenty of space. We're gonna run out of taters before we run out of ditch. So lay them in there like that, and we'll get to work.
How do you like this cold wind?
She don't like it. Well, I guess I'll make a deal with you. I'll let you go home if you'll build a fire. It started out warm, folks. We had a fire outside in the summer stove for breakfast. I don't think it'll be outside for supper, you? No. Temperature turns on a dime here in Tennessee. All right, we're gonna get with it. Caleb's unchaining the plow right now. We're gonna chain up this piece of wood right here. And either Caleb or me, one's gonna ride it like a surfboard down through there, see if we can't cover over these taters. If we can, it'll work great. In years past, you've watched the boys do it. They do it with a four-wheeler and they make it look all fun. Sometimes it ain't as fun as it looks. Do you wanna do it? No?
But I do want to see it.
You wanna see it? Nope, I gotta go this way. You want to ride? You want me to ride? You want to ride? All right, let's go. Mama's going to laugh at you if you fall off. We might have something we could tie on and going to hold on. Hey, look what I found. Old buddy, old pal. Is that better? All right, put it high gear, high, wide open. He did pretty good. Hey, Caleb, you like doing it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, I guess I'll keep driving. Caleb. We're all done.
Wow.
Tell me the truth. What was your favorite part? That part? You like the surfing? We were thinking that your cousin would be here and that he might get out here and help. You think he would enjoy surfing it?
Maybe.
I don't know if he would or not. I think you like it better.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. 100 pounds of seed potatoes planted. If they do as well as the 100 pounds we did last year, we'll have plenty of potatoes to do us another year. If they do pitiful like we had a few years ago, then they might not. But we've always had enough to survive, to get by. Last year was bumper. I mean, bumper. This field was 4 years ago when we had potatoes here. It was a very good crop, even though, of all things, I don't understand why, we had a potato beetle problem here. Colorado potato beetles hit this field pretty hard, and it had never seen potatoes before that I know of. And the other fields around on this property, we never had that problem. It was an anomaly, but we're hoping that it don't happen this year. But if it does, you'll be the first to find out, because we'll show you right here while we're cultivating and doing our thing. But that's all we got for you today. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.